Imagine a world where the internet never existed. No Google, no YouTube, no social media, no online banking, no remote work, no messages traveling instantly across the world. Just silence, disconnected islands of people. And yet, only a few decades ago, this was reality. The story of how the internet was born is not what you think. It didn't start with smartphones or billion-dollar companies. It started with fear, secrecy, and a world on the edge of nuclear war. This is the untold story of how the internet was invented and how it changed humanity forever. To understand the internet, we must go back to the 1960s, a time when the world lived under a shadow, the Cold War. The United States feared one thing above all, a nuclear attack that could destroy communication in seconds. Back then, communication networks had a deadly flaw. They depended on central points. Destroy one, and the entire system collapses. This terrified military planners. A country without communication is blind. But one man had an idea that would change everything. His name was Paul Baran, a visionary engineer at Rand Corporation. He proposed something revolutionary, a network with no center, no single point of failure, a network where messages could reroute automatically, even if parts were destroyed. His solution? Break every message into tiny pieces, called packets. Send them through many paths. Reassemble them at the end. Today, this feels normal. Back then, it sounded impossible. But his idea planted the seed for something much bigger. While Baran's ideas gained attention, another organization was quietly preparing to build the first prototype. The U.S. Department of Defense created ARPANET, the Advanced Research Projects Agency. In 1969, they connected 4 massive computers at 4 universities: UCLA, Stanford, Santa Barbara, University of Utah. This network was called ARPANET, the very first version of the internet. And on October 29, 1969, the first message was sent. Researchers attempted to type the word login, but after the first 2 letters, the system crashed. The first message ever sent over the internet was simply hello. 2 letters that opened a new era of human communication. Throughout the 1970s, more networks appeared around the world, but there was a big problem. They couldn't talk to each other. It was like having millions of phones, each speaking different languages. This challenge fell on 2 brilliant researchers, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn. They created something powerful, a universal communication rule for all networks. It was called TCP/IP. TCP/IP allowed computers to talk, share, connect, no matter what type of network they were on. This day is considered the official birth of the modern internet. The world had a shared digital language, but the internet still wasn't the internet we know today. It was mainly scientists sending data. There were no web pages, no browsers, no clicking, no links. And then, in 1989, everything changed. At CERN, a British scientist named Tim Berners-Lee introduced something extraordinary: the World Wide Web. He created 3 inventions that transformed the world: HTML, HTTP, URL. And then he released the web for free to everyone, forever. With that one choice, the internet exploded. A new digital universe had begun. In just 3 decades, the internet didn't change one thing. It changed everything. It changed how we communicate, learn, entertain ourselves, work, shop, travel, date, create, and even how we think. It turned small businesses into global companies. It turned ideas into industries. It connected billions of people who would never meet. It became the world's greatest library. And today, the internet is the bloodstream of our modern world. But this story is far from over. The internet is evolving faster than ever. Artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, virtual worlds, blockchain, quantum communication. A new version of the internet is emerging. Tools we use today might look primitive in 10 years. The internet didn't appear overnight. It was built by dreamers, thinkers, rebels, researchers, each solving one impossible problem at a time. And today, you are living inside the greatest invention in human history. This is Tech Clarity, and this was the story of how the internet was invented.